What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to talk a little bit about the market overall in general, give our little opinions and updates about NIO, CCIV, a little bit of Tesla, and maybe some Volkswagen. But before we hop into that, so you guys hit that sub button. We're trying to grow this channel to 2,000 subs by the end of the month. I think we're just under 1,500, so if you guys can help us get there, man, that'd be fantastic. It's the best way to support the channel. Also, link in the description for the Patreon if you guys want to hop over to our fantastic Discord over there, community. Over 100 members, man. Over 100 members. So if you guys want in there, get in there right now. We got a couple dollar slots left. It's the easiest, cheapest way to get in there. But without further ado, let's give some razzle dazzle and hop into it. So let's talk about the market overall. So as of this recording, we're talking at 9:45 in the morning. Sorry, our videos have been kind of different lately. Chad's got some visitors down in Florida. His parents are down there visiting, so we've kind of had to adjust our schedule a little bit, so we kind of have to make content based on what we have working for us. So this is kind of what we have to work with today. So yeah, hang in there with us. Everything will be back to normal hopefully by next week. So but let's start off with the market, man. Let's talk about the market. Right now, as of open, I mean, it's kind of mixed feelings about how everything's going right now. The you know, we got the jobless claims spiking. I guess they were expecting 700,000, and now they're pushing 770,000. So that's never good, because that usually pushes the market down when those numbers go up, because it's bad news, and that's not what we want over here. You know, we also have the bond yields. The bond yields are going up.
Yeah, so the bond yields going up. The 10-year Treasury yields jumped 10 basis points to 1.74 yesterday. So it's no bueno.
Yeah.
Then yeah, it was like 1.6 something the day before, like the day prior to their meeting, and then after the meeting it just jumped. So the Federal Reserve said it won't start actually doing any rate hikes before 2024, which is what they previously said. So that's good that that hasn't changed, you know, that it's not going to go up sooner than that.
Right.
But they also see a 2.4% inflation this year, but going down to 2% next year. So that's also not good news.
That's not good at all.
You don't want inflation to be higher than normal. So
right.
Yeah, that's not the best of news. That's why the market's kind of crappy today.
Right. Yeah. If we look at it right now, so if we look at the 10-year Treasury note chart, this is all the way up to 1.743 as of right now. It's not that good. This is not good. You know, this is what caused the market crash, you know, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. You know, could we be heading for that same direction? It's a good possibility. You know, we could still see some pullback. I felt like we were getting out of it, you know, with some of these stocks starting to turn around and come back. But man, I feel like we could head right back in that direction in no time.
If these numbers keep going up, then yeah, we probably will.
Right, and
if you look at the chart, I mean, it's just going up.
Yeah, it's not good. I mean, if we look, I could change this to you know, the last month. We look at the last month, and it's just a steady climb. And if we can all the back to 3 months, man, it's just going up. And this is not good. This is the only chart you don't want to see go up. You know.
So like, you look at it, and around February-ish is when, I mean, besides the jump there at the end of January.
Right.
Well, I guess right there it started jumping, and that's around the 9th-ish kind of is when everything started, you know, going into the correction. So
right.
Yeah. So I mean, if we just keep going up, it's the market's going to be crap until, you know, it gets better, pretty much.
Right. So I'm kind of hoping this doesn't have a long-term effect on, you know, all of our stocks that everyone's in. I know if we look, let's go ahead and real quick, let me look at, if we look at just the market overall, as of right now, you know, again, it's only 9:45 in the morning here on the East Coast. The Nasdaq's already down 1.5%, which is not good, because that's going to hurt most of the tech industry. That is not good. The S&P 500 is down as well. The Dow though is up. The Dow is up just over 1.5%. Not that high. We are only up 0.15%.
Yeah. Today, the financial sector seems to be doing good. I'm in Goldman Sachs, and that's up 2%. I'm in Wells Fargo, and that's up 3.5%. So it kind of, as things were getting better, it seemed like there was a transition starting out of. So when the whole crash started, people were getting out of tech and EV and putting more into financials. Well, I don't know, like a week ago, it started doing the opposite, and that's why we saw NIO and Tesla and all tech stocks do better. Well, now it seems like they're kind of going back to putting more into financials,
Right.
Because obviously, with inflation and stuff, you can charge higher interest rates and all that good stuff. So,
Right.
that's not what we want to see.
No, not at all. And if we look, if we look at today's chart, so let's just look at NIO real quick. NIO is not doing too hot right now. It's down 3.2%. And this is exactly like what we were just saying. A lot of these, a lot of the financial stocks are going to be doing good today. A lot of the tech kind of industry is going to be down. All these stocks that, we want to go up, a lot of them are just crashing hard. NIO's down 3.5%. Really, there hasn't been a whole lot of news about NIO lately. That's why we were kind of like trying to find other things to talk about, because NIO is just, there hasn't been anything good coming out. We talked about Sinopec lately, but that's pretty much the only big thing that they've got going for them as of right now. Again, there isn't really a whole lot coming out. CCIV has been doing a little bit. They just posted some pictures on Twitter the other day of them expanding into New York. The first Lucid Air Dream over in New York. And Tesla has been dealing with, I know they're dealing with some scrutiny up in Detroit. I guess there was a fatal car accident up there over the past week or so, and now they're under investigation for that. So things haven't been looking good for Tesla, but a lot of these EVs are starting to take a hit, and this is not what we want to see. But this is the perfect chance for you guys to buy on the dip. Like we always say, buy on the dip. Real quick, this is not financial advice. Let's start there. This is all entertainment purposes only. Always consult your own financial advisor. Again, we're just here, to give you guys the news and updates on everything that we know. The only good one that's been doing real good, which I'm upset I wasn't in yesterday, was Volkswagen, man. Volkswagen went up almost 30% yesterday.
29.
I mean, ridiculous. Jumped all the way up to $48. It got to pull back down to $42. This might be a good chance to hop into some of these stocks. Definitely a good day, buying on the dip here. We might see somewhat recovery in the afternoon. I feel like always the first 10 minutes of the market, maybe hour, are always down negative. That's your chance to buy, and then it just spikes right back up. It always does.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Yeah. Well, while we're talking about EV stuff real quick, yesterday I saw that Honda is actually having to shut down one of their plants because of a chip shortage. So
yeah, there's a lot of
that chip shortage is hurting a lot of people.
Yeah, more than a lot of people.
Yeah,
more than a lot of people. So yeah, if we look at, so the real question is, should you buy these stocks right now? Should you buy on the dip? Is it a good time to buy? Is it going to keep falling? Nobody knows the answers to that. All we can do is just look at the data and make our best guess based on what we see and what's going on. And if we look at the charts right now, I'm going to go ahead and move my camera. If we look at NIO is still well below that 50 on the RSI index, still below the 50, the 53, on the moving average, the 50-day moving average. But we're still above the 200-day moving average, which is good. And then down here on the full STO, we're about mid-range, which is usually where you want to see this hang. So I think NIO is still a good buy right now. I still think this is a fantastic price to buy NIO. Again, this is where you got to split your costs up, throw a little bit of money in there now, throw a little bit later, wait a week, wait a month. Again, we talk about this all the time. Dollar cost average in, that is the best way to go about it.
Because you could buy some today and then it goes down another 4% tomorrow.
Exactly.
Or it could go up. You never know with how this market's been. So
right.
You always got to dollar cost average your way in.
Right. Exactly. And that's what you want to do with NIO. Volkswagen, on the other hand, it appears that it is overbought. It's way up here. I mean, it's just things just going to the moon. But, who's to say this isn't going to stop, Some people are calling it a short squeeze. I saw an article earlier this morning. It's like, oh, this is a short squeeze. I'm like, this ain't no short squeeze, man. They're putting out the numbers. They're competing with Tesla. They know what they're doing. This is no short squeeze. Get the Reddit crap out of here. That's not what's going on here. But they're well above their 50-day moving average. Again, I think this one's overbought. I think you definitely should wait for a pullback here. But don't let that, that's the thing. That's the beauty of, cost averaging in. Throw a little bit of money at it now. When it goes down, throw some more money at it. When it goes up, just try to dollar cost average in. And that is your best way to get into it, because you never know when this thing's going to go 30% over market or, after hours again or something crazy. It was up 30% yesterday. So again, everything that I'm seeing here, we're well above the RSI. The full STO is well above 80. And then, the good news is that we're above the 50-day moving average here. I think it's overbought. I'm expecting some kind of correction. We'll see. It's hard to tell, but that's just based on what I see. So
yeah, there's going to be some sell-off at some point. It's just when.
Exactly.
It could go up another 40% before it sells off.
Right.
So, like it did yesterday. It went up 29, almost 30%.
Yeah.
So in one day.
And that's what's hard, to judge about these stocks. But nobody knows.
Yeah.
If you think it's best and it's best for you, do it.
I'm gonna probably buy some, but I'm not holding long term, at least until this thing comes down some.
Right. And that's
because it's gonna come down.
And
I mean, you could get in
too.
and just sell a couple days later for some profits, but
right.
when I get in for the long term, I'm waiting for this to drop some.
Right. And that's the thing with the long term, with everything we do is long term holds here. The one thing I would recommend is when people come to us asking, hey, should I buy the stock? When do you think is a good price to buy the stock? We're never going to tell you to buy the stock. We will never tell you to buy it right now. Go throw your money at it right now. We just try to tell you guys, we try to give you guys the best information possible for you to make your decision and judgment on when to pull the trigger. We'll never tell you because we're not responsible. No. Don't put that bad juju on us.
And we usually just say what we're going to do.
Exactly. So basically make all your decisions off of that, and that's pretty much going to wrap up this video, man. If you guys like this kind of content, hit that like, share, notification bell, all that good stuff. Again, link in the description for the Patreon if you guys want to hop over to our Discord with the community over there. Fantastic community. And again, we're trying to grow the channel to 2,000 subs by the end of the month. We're about halfway through the month, a little over, about 1,500. We need 500 more subs to go. So if you guys aren't subbed, like 80% of you, just hit that sub button for us. It's all we ask. It's the best way to support the channel. Again, thank you guys so much for all the support you've given us so far, and we'll see you in the next one.